Welcome to lesson 6. You're in your 6th week of your study. You're almost finished, so be encouraged. We've covered a lot of material these last few weeks, and today we are going to be looking at continuing our study of soteriology, dealing with calling, conversion, regeneration, and justification by faith alone. Well, you're going to have some other assignments to do this week besides just listening. Here you're going to work on what's called a contemporary theological issues answer. You're going to present a biblical answer to the current theological issue over the way previous identities continue in Christ. Now, if you remember back in the introductory video, I mentioned that that was a big part of my work, at my PhD level work, and so this is an important area for us to think about in terms of the effectiveness for mission, but also for what is the fundamental significance of humankind. After you've answered that question in terms of how previous identities continue in Christ, then you will look at the lesson proper, which would cover recognize the necessity of effectual calling to bring about salvation, then to examine the essential nature of conversion and the biblical metaphors used to describe it, and then to define and describe justification in comparison with Roman Catholicism and the new perspective on Paul. So for this lesson, you're going to upload your contemporary theological issue answer. Once you've done your research on that, you're going to watch the narrated PowerPoints dealing with calling and conversion and the doctrine of justification by faith alone. And there we'll be dealing with Catholicism, as I mentioned, as well as the new perspective on Paul and those that are beyond the new perspective on Paul. After you've completed those studies, then you need to do your minute paper with what you've learned and what you still have questions about. The discussion board questions will deal with N.T. Wright and in his view of justification and imputation. And then you have your example study questions that form the basis of your study guide for your final exam.